Well, I'm very excited to introduce you to our new real estate correspondent. It is Keegan. Keegan is in Florida. You might have seen him on our show last month. Keegan, how are you?
Good, Donna. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so you've been traveling all over the world. I think you were actually just skiing, right? So were you selling
Yeah,
homes
yeah.
on the slopes? That's what I want to know.
A little bit. We were talking about selling homes on the slopes. Yeah, yeah, up in Montana.
So what's happening in the market? Give us a market update right now.
Yeah, honestly, Donna, it's great because it's good for buyers, right? Inventory's on the rise. The average American can finally buy a house again versus getting beat out in multiple offer situations. When they were paying over appraised value, waiving inspections, things like that, I find sellers have been much more willing to pay for the closing cost, work with them on repairs, and be somewhat negotiable on price. And honestly, if people have owned a home for more than two to 3 years, they can still make a profit too. So
Really?
all signs are pointing up. I see it as a major win for us.
They used to say that people needed to hold on to their home for like 10 years. If I heard you correctly, you said maybe it's okay. Maybe they could make a profit, and if they've only owned their home for 2 or 3 years, and then they could upsize.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, COVID, we saw some extreme growth, unprecedented growth, really, since honestly in the last 15 to 20 years. So, yeah, if you bought a home in 2021 or before, you're probably sitting really pretty and can do something with it. So, it's like I said, it's good news.
When somebody's buying a home, when they're making that purchase, because it is a major decision in someone's life, what are the key rooms that they should be looking at? Like, where do you get the most value? Is it, they used to say location, location, location. Is that still true, Keegan?
I believe it is. I think it always will be, right? But I think you can go deeper than that. Location from a city standpoint, neighborhood standpoint, where in the neighborhood, what are you backing up to? Are you backing up to railroads? Are you backing up to a beautiful pond? Like that's considered location, right?
Okay.
So I think it's all relative. So I do believe that is still the case.
And what about rooms? Is it important to have like an ensuite, in the main bedroom? Is it important to have like, certain kitchen features? Are those things that you feel like as a first-time buyer, somebody could just buy something and then have a little bit of money left over to do some renovations?
I don't know if I would be specific about that, honestly, because, as they say, there's a butt for every seat. And I think it's really what's important to them, and if they want to do some work to it while they own it and upgrade it, I think that only adds value. But I wouldn't get too concerned with which rooms it has. I think really what you want to think about is, am I going to be able to sell this to a wide group of people, right? I mean, imagine being a single person and wanting a one-bedroom condo, right? That doesn't have multiple bedrooms, but maybe it has a one bedroom plus an office, or you're a 5-person family and you need 4 bedrooms, right? So like I said, there's a butt for every seat. So I wouldn't be too concerned with that part of it.
Got it. So no matter what you have, or if you don't have anything now, now's the time to like get in the game.
Yeah. I mean, I believe that from the beginning. If you don't own a home, you can actually buy a house now. And like I told you, it's something where you can actually get your closing costs paid for. You can actually, get repairs done. You can get in with little to no money down, right? They have grant programs. They have no money down programs. So that average American that doesn't have a ton of savings, they don't have 20% down. It's, a lot of homes aren't going for 20% down anymore. So it's a really good market for buyers to get into it. And, I say buyers too. I was just talking to an investor today, right? And this guy owns 15 properties. He owns it free and clear. And we were talking about scaling it and taking 50 to 60% out in a mortgage so he can take that and add another $10 million to his portfolio. But the key to that, honestly, Donna, is that it's 50 to 60% leverage. It's not 80, 90, 100% leverage. So I think when you're buying a home, no matter what, you don't over leverage yourself. Okay. So that first time home buyer, don't over leverage yourself. Don't go max out. Now that might not mean getting all of what you want, right? Maybe you don't get 100% of what you want, but again, you get in the game. And that way, a couple of years down the road, then we can start talking about investing in another property. And before you know it, you're going to own 15 properties. And that's what they call generational wealth. So yes, get in the game.
It makes me happy when people can own a home, or like you mentioned, investors, building that generational wealth for someone.
honestly, I think we're in a much better position than we were coming out of '05, '06, '07. We just had this major COVID boom, so to speak, where people got in at twos and threes from an interest rate standpoint. But back then they were given crazy loans, the no doc, no interest rate loan, a lot more ARMs, a lot more interest only loans, and they weren't giving that this time. So I think really what I want to get across is that even though that inventory is on the rise, there's no crazy event that's going to happen. It's something where people can actually get in the game and feel good about the future. And that's what I'm really excited about.
Great point. And do you have another point?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, go. Okay.
Yep. Okay. So to cap it off, the information that I just gave should encourage you that if you are working with a great professional, you're going to feel confident and comfortable with the investments that you're making. It's really important that you can rely on somebody to guide you versus just doing it on a whim. I think that's a big thing that I don't want people to miss.
Yeah, to research, to engage with the experts, right? And then to figure out a path for success.
Yeah, there's always a path for success. I just think people miss out by not talking to the right people. So if you're talking to the right people, I promise you, you're going to be in good hands, and you're going to thank yourself years down the road.
Nothing better than getting the keys to a brand new front door, right?
That's right. That's always a good feeling.
Thank you again. Good to see you, Keegan.
Yeah, you too, Donna.
Okay,
Thanks.
see you. Be well. Bye-bye.